first of all, dueling Jefferson quotes. I mean, Thomas Jefferson never said anything about power being concentrated in Washington, D.C., ever. And even in his later days, you know, after he left Washington, D.C., when he was very, very concerned about the possibility of a civil war and talked about that. You know, Sheriff Mack is using some quotes that, you know, that you may find them on the internet, but they're not real Jefferson quotes. But that said, you know, America was a very different country before the Revolutionary War, during the Revolutionary War, and during the, dozen years more or less between the Revolutionary War and the signing of the Constitution, when the states were sovereign and independent. And I realize that there's a movement to go back to a pre-constitutional time. And then you could argue also that the states had a lot more power from the time, 1789 when the Constitution was ratified until 1861, until the Civil War, till the end of the Civil War. What did it end? 61, 62, 64, 1864. Thank you, Shane. That was the point in time at which we went from basically a strong state, weak federal government period to, or era. I mean, actually, it happened during the Civil War. These were a whole series of powers, basically, that Lincoln took onto himself. From strong states, weak federal government, to strong federal government, weak states. And it was necessary to hold the republic together. And that's what we've had since 1864. So which America are we trying to go back to? Pre-1864? Are we trying to go back to the Confederate States? Are we trying to go back to pre-Constitution Articles of Confederation? Or is there a reading of the Constitution, including Article 4, Section 3, which says that the federal government basically has federal lands and can dispose of them and do what, make rules and regulations for them however they damn well please, as long as it's done by Congress, in other words, by we the people through our elected representatives. And certainly our federal parks have been established that way. And the BLM was established that way. Is there some different way to run this country? And then if that's the case, and the one question that I really wanted to ask Sheriff Mack, but just kind of we ran out of time, I guess, was if you get the federal government completely out of the way, like I was talking about the federal forests in Oregon, or the ranching land in Arizona, you get the federal government out of the way, what's to protect us from the billionaires, from the predators, just coming in and destroying our federal parks, our federal lands, overgrazing them in the case of Nevada, overlogging them in the case of Oregon, over-drilling them in the case of Alaska? What's to protect us? If not the government of, by, and for we the people. And I don't believe that the Libertarians have any answer to that question. So